Man. Hold on. Where's my little... Here it is.
It's 4:00 p.m. and you know what time it is. It's time for How You Doing Thursday. It's time for that Rohas the Next Level show. So hit that thumbs up and watch the show. And guess what? If somebody tells you to do something, you say, get out of here. I'm looking at the Rohas the Next Level show. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Oh, man. Hi, everyone. We are finally live.
Yeah.
We had a push, but we are here. Finally.
Life was technical difficulties. Life.
We had some technological differences going on. Okay. What's up, Dabs? Ooh, Dabs is in the house.
No, you should bring Dabs on. Come on. You got to for the conversations, no?
Dabs is in the house. What's up, Da Butcher? You want to come on? Can you come on is the question. I know you're now in the great land of Canada, so if you want to come over. If you want to come over, you're technically difficult. What's up, Purge Tactic?
Yo, what's up, Purge? My brain is not working today.
Is it ever? Is it ever? That's the question.
I took my car to the shop today, and I had an idea what was wrong with it, but it was worse than expected. And then I decided to go walk in the cold outside for 2 hours when I don't do physical exercise on a warm day.
Yeah.
So my body was in shock.
Hey, Dabs, if you want to come, shoot me a message on Telegram. I'll send you over the link.
Dabs.
Next level, my dude. What is up, everyone? Make sure everyone hits that thumbs up, guys. Make sure everyone hits.
You gotta say it like that.
I got 40 minutes before I have to cook dinner. 40 minutes before you have to cook dinner. Hey, if you want to jump on us with us,
whoa!
If you next level always takes everything I say to the next level. If you want to come and join us on this first segment, it's actually that's what we're going to be talking about, TV add-ons. So if you guys are some crazy stuff going on with TV add-ons, so if you want to come join on the combo, you are more than welcome. Hit me up on Telegram and I'll send you the link. Oh, he did hit me up. All right, here we go. Hold on.
Uh-oh. It's about to go down.
About to go down. Before we begin the episode, make sure you guys do check the description below. We got a killer VPN deal. Make sure you protect yourself before you before Next Level eats all his chicken wings. And then we got Buzz TV.
BuzzTVGlobal.com. Links in the description down below. They got some interesting sales going on right now. As far as I'm aware, stock is running really low. Well, for a couple of reasons. Because, obviously, shipments are difficult. But there's also new product coming in soon. And that's all we can say about that. That's all we can say about that.
That's all we can say. Oh, who's here?
Shit.
Who's here?
The Butcher.
How are you from way over there? Cold? Oh, he can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Cold, bro. Cold.
It is cold. Like I was just saying, I was walking for 2 hours outside. Like I was something's wrong with me.
Bless your heart. No, I ain't walking outside for 2 hours. Not around here. It's let's see. We're kicking it. I'm gonna go Celsius because we're in the Great White North.
You can do the conversions, can't you?
Minus 12. So yeah. You know what that means in American? Cold. Cold. That's what it is. That is cold. 11
like
degrees.
20 degrees Fahrenheit around there.
11 degrees Fahrenheit.
You know how cold it is in Southern California?
I see them. I see that no sleeves. That's what I see. And hey, I just talked to Charles back home, and he's like, "Yeah, it's 82 degrees here." I said, "Shut up."
Shut up.
How are you adjusting, by the way?
Oh, it's been well. I mean, it ain't like I moved to Saudi Arabia or something. So it's more cultures the same than different. I like that I can just go to the cannabis store
Yeah.
and you know
And
get.
they're everywhere, literally.
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's see. I got a little excited at the beginning when I first came here. So, but I can't. I must not. I'm getting old because you can see how many are not opened. So obviously, I'm not too crazy on it. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's better than drinking, I guess.
So I'm just going to kick this off and say that I was never really a user or abuser of TV add-ons, because I really came into the scene when I joined the streaming community when APKs were blowing up. Terrarium, like all those applications around that time, right? We had Cartoon HD, which was big. Remember when Cartoon HD was big? So I was a little bit confused when I seen this in the news, right? I was like, oh, he's another Canadian TV add-on. Isn't this just a Kodi build, right? So this was the conversation that I started to have with Rohas. And I think that it's great that you're here, because there's very few people in the community that comes with as much history as you do.
You mean I'm old? That's what he just said. He said I'm old.
No, I got it in a nice way.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that hang with Kodi or XBMC as long as Rohas or myself. I mean, there's really not. I mean, Turks would be a name that comes off the top of my head. Other than that, I mean, we're kind of like the grandpas of this community. I mean, I can't say Blue because she'd rather use her Plex or Netflix. so yeah, I'm the one that's like turning on Kodi, and she's like, Kodi. I'm like, yeah. We're using it tonight. But yeah. It was around a long time, and it was very it took us that's where those Chinese boxes came from, really. I mean, it was because of TVA. That's why. Those Chinese boxes were not prevalent until TVA really became strong foothold. Then they could preload those Chinese boxes, and it was a TV box.
Can we go a little bit more basic? So what is TV add-ons? And talk a little bit about the difference between TV add-ons versus Kodi. Because it's my understanding that some people thought that TV add-ons was Kodi.
Of course they did, because they were the biggest player. And nxtlvltech, that's another guy that's been around a long time. nxtlvltech's been around a long time. Making videos a long time ago.
You might have the opportunity to meet him, because I met him in real life.
Yes, I have met him in real life.
Well, that's
met him down in Toronto, near Toronto. But so basically, if you want an analogy, Kodi is like Windows. So Kodi is like a window. It's the operating system of sorts. And then TV add-ons was just like the biggest program or the biggest application. And so people, when they heard about in this, they started as XBMC. They were XBMC at the beginning.
Xbox Media Center.
Yeah. But TV add-ons, you remember their first build that was not a build, but it had XBMC on their splash screen. And then when it changed over to Kodi, but yeah, they're just an application. They were a repository. They were the big repository that housed all the big add-ons: your Phoenix, your Genesis, your Exodus, Castaway, Sports Devil, all Mucky Duck stuff, all of God damn, the other guy that went into doing vape Twitter stuff, Metal Kettle. All Metal Kettle stuff. Lambda, TK Norris, all those guys were all TVA housed within, all housed in their Covenant. They were that was in the second wave of TVA, I should call that, because that was a little bit later.
So what did TV add-ons do? Like, what was the purpose of their program inside of Kodi?
They were an all-in-one repository. They had everything you needed. I mean, you could have that one repository and have what 90% of what you'd want, Rojas. I mean, it
Oh, yeah.
had 90%. I mean, some people could get away with just that repository that was basically a repository is like your library or it's your warehouse of add-ons, and they could have everything, and it was all housed there. Adam, who got in trouble,
Yeah.
he ran it, and we talked in past about that. I mean, he ran it a little bit differently than maybe some other add-ons or repositories. He was a little bit more, this is how we're going to do it. You know, he was very hands-on of how things would run. And so it was a big repository, had all the big add-ons. They said, and this was his words, were we have all the popular and the biggest add-ons. And he used to say, we created what Kodi is now. You know, TVA. We created it, but it really didn't. I mean, but that was part of his. He had a big ego.
Yep.
And he had a really big ego, and that's.
There's definitely a big popularity with their add-ons. I know Lambda with what he was doing. You know, the stuff that Lambda was doing was insane. It's
groundbreaking.
And even before like some of this stuff was like out there, like, you know, before people were like really pushing out videos and stuff, the way some of this stuff worked was incredible. It was just, you clicked on something, boom, it worked, and no issues. And as it began to get popular, that's when a lot of issues started to happen. They started to get a little bit more creative, different types of ways of scraping. I know they started to look into, I remember having a deep conversation with Solus about this one, scraping torrents. Oh man, it was
they weren't doing that early on.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking
the quality
scraping. Lambda created scraping. Scrapers, right. Lambda created that. That was his brainchild. If you go back farther, go to Mashup or NaviX. You created direct links.
Yep.
So everything you found, it was a direct link. You created. Lambda said, you know what? We got all these sites. Why don't we just I'll create a script that will look through and scan them and grab what I'm looking for.
Right.
And that was the beginning of scrapers, which again, now we think, oh yeah, you know, that's like common sense. Yeah. It's common sense.
I think the newer generation won't really understand the impact the scrapers had when they first came out, because the quality of the free links were completely different.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You had people, when we go back years ago, you guys remember, I didn't have Real Debrid for years.
Didn't need it
because there was so many sites that had good quality. Now we weren't 4K then, but it was 1080.
It was still great.
It was so many quantity that the websites were so prevalent. You look at it, it's like a gigantic lake. It was a gigantic lake full of links, and you could get whatever. But what's happened over the years, the lake has gotten smaller because there's less sites. But then the other problem that compounds that is there's more people trying to pull from that lake as the resources get smaller and smaller. So the free links are there. They're harder to find, and the quality's not there like it was. So you have to, if you want quality, Real Debrid, premiumized, all Debrid, whatever, you've got to use something like that. I mean, you can get away without it, but it's just more work. I don't have for $3.
Yeah,
give me the easier work for $3 a month.
100%. My time is worth something, right?
Yeah, you got to pay one way or another.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I do remember how like you were just saying, like 90% of the add-ons that you ever would want are within that one repo, and like same thing that you were saying, Chinese boxes, all these different Android boxes were all of a sudden born because of everything that TVA was doing. And a lot of these boxes came already set up with TVA. You just
preloaded.
Yeah.
Turn it on, all done. Repo was there. If you want to look for something, you just go to system, repo, videos, and then find all kinds of apps or add-ons. There's just so many things that it was made super easy for anybody to figure out. There you go.
X-Tech. Yeah, that's my my son got me this.
So
since I'm a grandfather. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to get right into the meat and potatoes of this, right? I want to ask the ignorant question, right? If this is scraping the internet and finding links, and he's not charging for the add-on, why is there a $25 million fine?
Well, because they were able to link him to supplying the capability and the technology for users already, and it was ready to go. And they, with Canadian law, they were able to prove it. They proved it in a court in Canada that that he facilitated it enough and financially benefited from the distribution of these add-ons slash links slash protected content. So they were able to prove that he did facilitate and make it very easy. Because if you read in there down farther, it talks about that due to this finalized with the law, that it's the verdict that nobody can, even if you try, if you worked with him or alongside him, that this judgment goes against this, it covers you too. So say if he had business partners or add-on developers, it's going to fall, the umbrella falls under an add-on developer that worked with him, because it says people that worked in junction with him. Yeah, down in there, because it talks about anyone acting with him under his authority or in association. So anybody that worked in TVA, which would have been most of your big add-on devs, which all of them they all quit. They quit years ago when this all first happened. The best news and I talked about it on my show on Friday, the best news on that whole paragraph right there is the last part. And that's about the Indigo. The Indigo tools are now seen as they're illegal too. And anybody that's had to deal with Indigo knows the pain in the butt that the Indigo tools, if it gets installed on your device, basically you need to just wipe Kodi and start all over again, because I can get rid of it, but a normal user is never going to follow the steps, because you have to get rid of one, then another, and you have to do them in a certain order. So that was my biggest thing. I was so happy to hear.
Can you explain exactly what Indigo is for people who don't know?
Malware. I say that in a way. I mean, it was a program. It was a program that was installed on a device. And they would hijack repositories, which that's what they did. But he would install. It would install. So let's say you had Exodus installed in your device, and then Indigo would install and see you had Exodus. Then it would install itself and link itself to Exodus or whatever other add-on. It would link it in there, and it would hit you with that VPN ad at the beginning.
Every time.
So it was basically a sales pitch for you to click on a link to buy a VPN, because it would say you're under danger, or your caution, your IP is visible. So it'd give you that warning to try to scare you. And again, who are we dealing with? We're dealing with people that, I bought this box. I bought this at the flea market. Some guy sold it to me. I plug it in. The guy at the flea market says it works. I plug it in. It says, "Oh, you're under danger. You better get a VPN." Oh, I better get me a VPN. This is what the guy sold me. And again, getting rid of it was a bitch to get rid of it. I mean, you had to, if you read the dependencies, you could get rid of it. You have to basically, you went from one dependency, you'd have to uninstall one after another in the correct order. Because if you didn't, if you just tried to uninstall Indigo, it'd say no, because it's got other dependencies that need this. And it was written smartly to do that, to stop your new people or your inexperienced people.
And I actually, I remember way back when I had my Kodi tutorials channel. I remember doing a whole video on Indigo saying uninstall it. There's all kinds of crap on it. You can get other tools outside of Indigo to do a clear cache, purge packages. You can do all that outside of Indigo. You don't need it. And I went through my video and I was trying to show, and I remember that video just went stupid views because everybody was having that issue where it was like here's a random pop-up that says you need a VPN, you're being tracked now. And I showed in that video, like, okay, if you're trying to get rid of this, the second you click it, it's gonna say you can't get rid of it because, like you said, it's dependent on something else. And then what you had to do is just go down the rabbit hole and you know, like I literally walked step by step on how to do it. And I think it was like a 15-minute video. And that was me cutting everything that I could out. But it was just such a pain in the butt. And some people, I had comments that were just like, dude, I followed your steps, but I got stuck somewhere. And I'm like, you know what? Unfortunately, if you can't figure it out at that point, because it's a different situation within all the builds, you got to wipe the whole thing out and start all over again. Maybe just download a couple add-ons. Don't download a build. That might be the easiest way to do it. And yeah, it's I think when TVA started to maliciously just take over people's builds, that's when a lot of people started to get really pissed off at them, and then just started to go ham on these guys.
And that was, and again, Indigo was not on the front end of TVA's lifespan. This was on the very end of it. This was after his first judgment, or the first time he first went to court. Indigo came out after the first repository was shut down. And you guys remember the first repository was shut down by them. They were the MPAA went and they said, we're taking your website, we're taking this because you're got a lawsuit against you. Indigo came out after that. Why did it come out after that? Well, it was because it was a money generator, because his money generator prior to that was a PayPal and the website. His website generated massive traffic because there was AdSense in that, right? So once the MPAA took that away, Indigo came out, and it's a way to generate some cash. And the other thing is the bad thing about Indigo. So Indigo, it's a tool. It's a cleaner tool, and it's supposed to help keep you safe. If you read the thing, it says, "Oh, we're going to keep you safe." Well, then, all right. So it's been gone. It's out, but not really. TVA has really not done nothing in years. As XC-Tex, this case has been 7 years. So it blocks the crew. Okay, so an add-on that works now, because the crew created a tool that said FTVA is what the add-on, what the script was called, that would basically block Indigo. So then Indigo wrote it that if you had Indigo installed, you could not install the crew, or it would crash as soon as you tried to open it. So it just wouldn't work. So it was an ongoing thing to block the crew, which would have been an add-on that would work. And it was, again, it was just to generate money. It was a cleaner tool. They would say that it tried to protect you. It did have a cool couple things in it that, so it would tell you if a repository was closed. It would tell you different things, because it goes back to that GitHub tools that he had that they created there near the end. So there was certain aspects that were kind of cool that would work. But then when you add the malware and then the forcing people, because remember when was it Placenta that got closed? When Placenta got closed, they closed their repository, right? They said, boom, we're done. The next day, what was that? It wasn't Cody Epps. It was that guy that supposedly wasn't Adam, but it was somebody that worked along with him. Cody something.
Tips.
Not Cody Tips. It was Cody Bay. Cody Bay.
Oh, so Cody Bay. You're right.
Cody Bay was a developer, and he had websites. So Placenta closed the same day or the next day. Somebody hijacked that repository. And what we mean by hijacking a repository, so we go through GitHub. So if you had Placenta and the repository installed on your device, and say the guy that was creating Placenta says, you know what, I'm done. I'm closing my GitHub, and he closed the account. Somebody can open up a repository with that exact same name because you closed it. So they created a repository with the same exact name the next day for Placenta. So all these people, millions of people, have Placenta installed because it worked, and then he decided to quit. The next day, the repository was hijacked, so they made a new Placenta repository. And if you had the Placenta add-on and repository installed, Now the new hijacked repository would install Indigo and other crap on your device without your knowledge, without you clicking yes. It just did it because you had
It was an update.
placenta. Yeah, and it would just automatically do it. It wasn't even. And so again, you're taking advantage of people that didn't want that application. They didn't ask for that application, and now they can't get it off their device. So then it was a hijack. And so a lot of developers later on stopped with, they closed their GitHub account, they would just wipe it and not close it. Because if you have a GitHub, nobody else can have that same GitHub name. But if you close your GitHub, I can go right in and create Rojas GitHub if he closed his, you know what I'm saying? And I can be now anything that had Rojas's, anybody that had his repository is gonna, I can push whatever I want, if that makes sense. I mean, so those are some malicious things that they did. To me, they only did it because he needed the traffic, the money, the ad money, because they're at the beginning, people donated money, but then they stopped. I mean, people did donate at the beginning.
Yeah, they were definitely making a lot from what they were, like the pictures that they were posting, like on a yacht and stuff like that.
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I never. People said, "Oh, he was a millionaire." I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to judge that. Who knows? In a picture, yeah, he's on a yacht. Maybe it was his friends. Maybe it was his. Maybe it was his mom or dad's. Who knows? I don't care.
Who knows?
But the thing is, did it generate cash? I'm sure it did. Hundreds of thousands of visits a week. You know, is going to generate you good cash because it had all the big stuff, so everyone would go there.
Now, he did say that it got to a point very quickly where he had to quit his full-time job because this was his full-time job. Now, the only reason you're going to make a decision like that is if it's paying to be a full-time job.
And to be fair, and again, I'm not trying to just bash them. He gave the developers of the add-ons that were housed within TVA, he gave them servers, he gave them the resources they needed. He gave them well, there at the end, he gave them VPNs, and we saw how well that worked out for him. But he would give them the resources. So again, if you're giving people the resources like that, why? You obviously have enough coming in that you can cover that. For us that have had add-ons, if I could talk right, he housed UK Turks back in the day. Okay, so UK Turks was in TVA way back. I know the traffic that those direct link the add-ons create. They create a massive amount of traffic, and they're heavy on servers. When we did Bob, I mean, we struggled with servers. TVA was able to afford strong enough servers to house Turks as well as all the other things. So you're not talking. These aren't $4 a month servers. We're talking expensive servers. So yes, there was generated traffic. I know when we were with Noobs and Nerds, the traffic that we earned, or I never earned it, but was nothing near what TVA was, the traffic they're getting. I mean, if you guys got websites, and you think about if you had 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 visits a week. I mean, what's that? What kind of income is that?
This is better than YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, and I'm just giving out numbers because that was where everybody went. It was pre-installed on your stick or your device. Boom. Okay, I got to go to their website to find out why, Genesis isn't working. How do I get, I want to request a movie or something.
Yeah. So true. So true. Yeah, I saw this. Well, Next Level told me, he was just like, "Hey, guess what?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Have you heard of TV Add-ons?" I was like, "Oh crap." What happened? So I pulled up this article, and I'm just like, "Dang, man, this thing is," he pled guilty already, and I know he tried coming back and said, "Okay, we're doing everything legal."
Yeah.
But it's it's still coming back with all kinds of stuff that he's, I guess, still doing.
What you already done, they're not going to wipe the slate clean for what you're, if you were caught speeding, and then you say, "Well, I'm not ever going to speed again. I've been driving the speed limit for the last 3 years," and they're like, "Well, you know what? When we caught you, 3 years ago, you were speeding, so you're still going to be found guilty for what we caught you on. And again, it's a landmark case to prove that you can be found damages. Now, how much did this cost the Motion Picture Association, MPAA, ACE? This isn't a small case. This cost them quite a bit to pursue this for so long.
Oh yeah.
Now we know that ACE and MPA, what they want to do is they want to just scare you to get you to quit. Then it's easier. You send you a couple letters, and most people quit. And
that's the argument that I was going to make. Well, not the argument, but like what I wanted to bring up. We've seen a lot of devs in the past, and some, I think that, I don't know if I should even mention that, but we've seen a lot of people in the past get letters.
Oh yeah,
right?
Lots of people, and most people do what when they get that letter?
Peace.
Yeah, they're gone. I mean, because they're not making. Almost all of them aren't making any money.
Right. So
very few people.
Let's circle back. Is it because, yes, he wasn't charging directly for access to the content, but he was able to monetize it some way, some form? Was that the reason why they pursued it so much more than maybe they would have pursued something else?
It's a big target. I mean, the target was so humongous. If you can take down that humongous target, which, again, there was so much. At the time, we thought that this was gray area. You're not directly hosting links. You can get away with it.
Right.
So it's a landmark case. They're trying to prove that, yes, you are making it. You're facilitating others to be able to get this content easily, and causing them to break to break copyright laws. So they said, the ACE probably said, you know what, we're going to spend some money because, first of all, it's in all these devices. If we can take out the biggest thing, then, we can make a big damage. And that's what they did. I mean, there was Nan was in there, was around at that time. Most of those people got letters. All my friends got letters. I knew there's numerous other folks that's gotten letters. If you read the article, that it said that Adam had been given a notice. He had been. It says that he was given notice by the lawyers, Ace, whoever, and he refused to do anything about it because he thought they can't do nothing with me.
It sounds like a target case. I don't want to finish that sentence.
Right, you're exactly. Yeah, he was. You can't touch me, and
I'm not doing anything wrong.
They're like, oh yeah, well, yeah. So yeah, they said, well, okay, you're not doing it now. We'll see. And who's going to fight those lawyers? I mean, we're not talking. You're not fighting your next door neighbor. No. You're fighting multi-million-dollar companies.
Nah, these are multi-billion-dollar companies.
Yeah, and so I mean, and numerous of them. So they're all jumped up together. No, you're in. You'd have to be 100% in the clear, in the right, to not get found. You know what I mean? Because they're just they could just kill you with paperwork, kill you with, an appeal, and they're going to kill you with, so I don't know. The only thing that worries me is it kind of sets a precedent.
Yes.
That so if. And again, law is all about, well, we can go back to this case here that was found, the judge found on these merits. So how many other judges are going to be given the merits on this case and say, well, we're going after this particular person because of copyright rules and laws. This person broke these rules. We'll cite this case that this person was found guilty. So it does give the ACE and stuff more teeth to work with and more leverage.
Yeah, it's the one thing I've noticed over the years, when even before TVA, all these add-ons and everything that was coming out, I noticed that once people start making money, that's when stuff like this starts happening. And it's just, I don't know, to me it's kind of like, damn, like, what if it's always that what if they didn't put a dollar amount to any of it, like like a real Robin Hood saying, here it is.
Yeah. And Yeah, you maybe not. I mean, you got to think about this. I mean, so ACE, Motion Picture Association, MPAA are. It's all about what's it costing us and what do we have to spend to do certain things. And so they looked at. They said, what it's costing us is here, and what it's costing us this much. We're willing to spend this much to stop this amount of money being spent that we're losing, and that's what it comes down to. And again, it's a lot of right now. It's just if you get a letter, I mean, you'd be a dumbass to continue. You know what I mean? If you're a dumb, I mean, obviously, because if they figure out who you are and they know who you are and they have, hey, you've got this content, and you're like, give them the finger. I'm sorry, my life and mental well-being is worth more than to try to provide free items for Joe Schmo and the rest of the world out there.
And that's the thing. We've seen so many people on a very basic level lose videos and channels on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And constantly, I keep trying to tell people, stop coming to YouTube for the answers that you're looking for, right? Like, just stop it. Even when people comment on my older videos, I'm like, did you troubleshoot in the Telegram group? Did you go there? Go there. Get off a public platform. Get off of here. And people are just not learning that the more that they try to push to find answers to those things in a public place is the more quickly it deteriorates.
Yeah. And we've seen YouTube. I mean, I don't even upload. My Friday shows, my Wednesdays player pass shows, those are the only thing that goes on YouTube right now. Because guess what? I can't upload anything that I care about in most videos because I'm going to get demonetized. First of all, that's just going to happen automatically. It's just going to happen. I'll get the little yellow mark right off the bat. And because I've been flagged as a person that pushes certain content. And so I tell people, if you get put on that list, it's hard to put up anything if you're trying to get monetized. I mean, Rohas, you see, YouTube don't play and they don't care.
They don't care.
I mean, they don't care because you're costing them, or you're possibly costing them ad revenue from somebody that's going to give them money to advertise on their platform. They're not risking that. So when I see these people posting videos, and I'm thinking, what are you? The free TV and the IPD for free, and I see them post all these videos, and then they complain when it gets taken down. Did you think it was going to stay up? I don't care if it's in the Play Store or not. Those things are going to be hammered and flagged by YouTube. So why even wasting your time? I mean, I don't know. I feel like you're trying to swim upstream. You're going to get away with it for a little while, but after a while, the current's going to just push you back down, and you're not going to. So, but some people it's their living, and but figure out somewhere else to put your content.
Short-lived, very short-lived.
Yeah, and even then, because I remember when my channel got taken down, and I changed my stuff.
Yes,
I deleted everything, and I was way different. And they're just like, well, this one kind of shows the gateway of getting there, and this one kind of promotes something that could mask or hide something. And I'm like, seriously? I changed all this crap, and you guys are still coming. I was like, okay. So now when you look at my videos, I don't play around with any of that stuff now. Now it's like, hey, look, Disney Plus. This is how you can get it.
I mean, that clause they put in that dangerous and harmful.
I've had two of those in the last 2 weeks.
They are. I mean, that covers so many things. That's not even it's not going to hurt. It's a very broad topic in a warning that they can put, and they can put that on so many things. So to me, when they went to that, and is that harmful and stuff, I'm like, all right, so this can cover a lot of stuff. And what sucks, it can cover things that you did 4 years ago. Which I don't think is fair. I don't think you should. I don't think you should be flagged for a video that was 4 years old. I mean, You changed the rules, and I got to go back and remove a video from 4 years ago? I mean, but it's their platform. You sign the agreements. You can kick your feet and complain, but
What are you gonna do?
It's their playground.
And
You're just allowed to come on it.
so many people will tell us, "Oh, go to Rumble, go here, go there."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's only one place that has the traffic that YouTube does, and that's YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on Odyssey, but I don't
I'm on Odyssey
monetize
too.
my. I'm not. Again, I'm not doing it for the same reasons that other people are doing it. So for me, so what? I put a video up there. I don't care. I make nothing on it. Who cares? But there are people that do it as a living, and so it's like, how do I do it? So to me, you got to have a website. If you're going to do it, a website's really the only way you can do it. Then you got to house the videos someplace, put them on a server, and then your AdSense is where you would make your money. But you have to grow your website big enough to get that traffic, and so it's
even then with AdSense, it goes through Google.
Yeah.
And if it goes against their terms, which YouTube and Google, they're the same exact company.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing. And I was talking to somebody else. It was a long time ago. Even if you were to house your own server, your own site, your own 100% everything, you're off anybody's grid. You're just doing your site. And let's just say for the sakes of it, that your ads that you're posting up are direct affiliate links like Amazon, VPNs, whatever. So you're not even using AdSense, but they are clicking them to go out to purchase. Even then, you are still not protected, because if it's out on the web and if Ace is like, hey, you're doing this tutorial on how to get this or whatever, they don't have to go through YouTube. They don't have to go through Google. They don't even have to go to your web browser or whoever your hosting site is. You're the person. They just go.
Yeah, you're easy
directly
to find you then.
You
it's
own
pretty
the
easy.
website. It's a public database.
You own the. Yeah, they're going to be able to find you even easier. So
even easier.
It's like, how do you do it? And I think you're right. You got to move to platforms, your Telegrams, your different groups. You got to get off Facebook. And the people that
leave
post that
Facebook
stuff on Facebook,
now.
it's like you can't. And we're not saying leave Facebook if you want to use it for other items, but if you want to have the cord cutting help stuff, you can't. No, you can't do that there, because you're going to be hit, and they're going to close your channel or your room, and boom. All right, then there's however many people gone, and so.
I had a little tiny group on Facebook, 10,000 people gone, threw me in jail.
Yeah, and there's no coming back from that. I mean, it's gone. Yeah. You can appeal, but might as well be pissing in a fan. You're not going to get
It's crazy because your life becomes these groups sometimes. Like, you get in there, you start posting your tutorials, you do all your walkthroughs, you have your mods, and you have a flow, and every day you're helping people to do things that you're passionate about. And then it's gone, and you look around and you're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
I just wasted how much time?
Right.
Yeah.
Because people don't understand. I think that for you guys, you understand about having to help people, and you're answering people on your phone. You're at the restaurant, and all of a sudden, bing, you're like, oh shit. Oh, they need a little help on this. I'll answer this question real quick. You're getting ready, you just finished dinner, and you're starting to watch a movie. Oh, bing, oh shit, I'll answer that real quick. It becomes, you are that tech support 24/7. You're waking up in the morning, you got 6 or 7 messages, I got to answer them all, or it becomes very difficult, and can be very disheartening when immediately gone. Like, it's like Rojas losing that channel. I can't imagine working your way up to 150,000.
Yeah.
Almost 200,000 people, and it just gone. It's like,
just like that.
Worked so hard and then gone.
But it was right after he got his play button too.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting on mine. I'm waiting on mine.
They sent me an apology too, saying, "Hey, we're sorry that this and that and blah blah blah." And they gave me one. I don't know if you see it, like right behind me. Yeah. They framed the letter in a plaque. It's in a plaque form, but it's like a metal sheet, and it's the actual letter on a plaque. So I ended up getting the actual plaque, and then the sheet on a plaque plus the sheet. And I'm just like, dude, this is cool. Like, this is awesome. And then literally, like, not even 30 days later, here comes the first strike.
Yeah.
I talked to them, and they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna fix it. as soon as that strike was never taken down, but as soon as that cool period was over, second strike, like it was like clockwork. Like as soon as it was done, boom, second strike. And then so I'm messaging them saying like, hey, what's going on? And they're just like, oh, we're trying to work on the first strike. We don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. As soon as that second strike was over for me to upload again, here comes my third strike, and then it gets shut down. And then ever since then, I've been like, hey, you guys said already one of these strikes isn't valid. I have the proof of the text of the email that you guys sent me, and it even says that this we made a mistake, that it is suitable. So what's going on? And they're just like, sorry, please reference the creator studio. I'm like, I can't. You guys shut down. You guys shut down the email to my YouTube channel, which means I cannot use that email for YouTube. If I log in via that email, I can't. I could use that Gmail, but I can't use it via YouTube. Yep. And then they're just like, oh, please reference this. I'm like, am I talking to a robot now?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to get. I mean, I don't know. I think that it's where we're at now. Some people say we need to move more back underground. But the genie's out of the bottle, so there's only so much underground you can get. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think we're at a point for me. I don't help people as many people as I used to, because I don't feel as passionate, because I feel like sometimes I'm just beating my head against a wall. And a lot of times people they're not even trying to find answers before they come to me. I'm like, did you even look this up? I mean, a simple Google search would have found the answer, and you're asking me before you even look. So it's like, don't even want to try. It's like, just give me the answer. How about you do a little searching?
Yeah. I don't know if it's just me, but there's a very common trend right now with some of the videos that I have up, and people are asking in the comments the question in which the video directly answers.
Dude, I get the same thing. So I don't know if you saw this video, Dabs. I did a review on this thing called the Barzies. Mm-mm. It's like a coaster, and they have a cup that you put on it, and then it spins inside. You connect the app to it, and then it says, let's just say you want to make like a margarita, for example.
Okay.
It tells you start pouring in tequila, and you watch this little coaster until it's solid green. Mm-hmm. And that means you're good. That means stop pouring. I had somebody saying, hey, so when do I stop pouring? And I'm just like, dude, did you not watch the video? It's like,
I only watched part of it.
Yeah. And so then I would be like, I would pin the timestamp to be like, here, like, watch this part. And then they say, hey, so how do I connect the app? And I'm like, dude, that was in the beginning of the video. Like, you know what? Start from the beginning, watch the whole thing.
No, I've had people ask me a question. I'm like, well, I explained that. Oh, I didn't watch the whole video. Now, I will say Dab's videos they can be long. But I mean, I think one of the videos that someone said that it was only like, for me, it was a short video. It was like less than 10 minutes. So, but it was an explaining how to do something. And I said, I explained that. Oh, I didn't watch the whole video. Why are you asking me? It's taking you more time to type up and then wait for my response, because I'm not sitting there at the computer waiting. Then,
you can even play it in 2x if you want to.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I love it. But yeah, I do. I've gotten to where I'm like, I just ignore a lot of it. I'll answer questions, but there's times I just ignore them. I'll just like, let somebody else get that. let somebody else worry with that, because I ain't feeling it today.
Yeah. You posted a comment. You said, yeah, Blue is asking too. I was trying to read where it was.
Yeah, Canuck Mark says, Dab, so much for starting dinner in 40 minutes.
Oh yeah. Blue's like, hi, Blue.
She just she got home and she's like, hey, honey. And I was like, oh, and I know she was giving me a look like, you're not even like got dinner going. I haven't started working yet, so I'm still I still been off. Yeah, I should be working here in the next week or two. What, babe?
What, babe?
Are you going to be slanging around your meat here too, or?
Slanging your meat.
Yeah. Look at there's a strike.
Yep.
But hey, I want to say this. All right, so before I go, and I know Next Level, you've got Oculus, and I don't know Rojas if you got, but I'm telling you that is fun. I'm enjoying my Oculus. I'm starting to kind of really dig it. I know it's early thing. I know some people hate it because it's Facebook tied, but whatever. But I can see where this is going to go. Doing some watch parties.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of those.
Saturday night, UFC. I'll be doing UFC watch party in big screen.
Throwing tomatoes.
I turn all that off. I don't even want to see it. Hey, so I do not say for work. I turn that on because that's number one. That weeds out most of your kids. And I turn off all of the distractions. Like, so I can't see you drawing. I can't see you throwing popcorn. I can't see none of that because if I'm sitting down to watch a movie or a sporting event, that's what we're there to do. And I'll put 21 or over on the description. If soon as somebody comes beside me and starts doing those motions, a lot of times some kid gets beside you, starts doing emotions. I was like, kick. I mean, no, but I found it so much fun. The NFL games, the playoffs, was awesome to watch it with 15 other people in a gigantic screen. Sometimes we have split screens. I've done a UFC fight night where I had 4 screens going. Nice. And you're 15 people. It's like sitting at a sports bar, and it's an enjoyable thing. I do enjoy some of the games, but I do think big screen is fun. It's a enjoyable,
favorite
laid
game?
Back. I really like Walkabout mini golf. It is.
I haven't tried that one yet.
Well, yeah. I have FF all in one, or it's like FFA all in one, something like that. So yeah, I've got about all the games, and that mini golf, it's fun and it's casual. You can be drinking or smoking. You can be buzzed up, and it's funny because some of the courses are just stupid. I mean, they're ridiculous, and you're playing with up to 4 people, laughing. That game is the funnest as a group. If I play by myself, I like Racket X or Racket NX. It's like a handball, 3-dimensional. I like that. I do have the Walking Dead game, but I'm still not at the point of not getting nauseous because of being old. If I move too much in these games, if you move too much, to me, I get a little nauseous.
Right.
So when I played
have you played Super Hot?
Yes, yeah, that's the one that's like a Matrix.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that because it's in like Matrix, and like you go slow motion and you see the bullets go by you, and
you can grab them.
No, I ain't tried that. I enjoyed that. That game is fun, but that game I don't feel like it's got. To me, I get bored quickly on that.
Mm-hmm.
For me, but mini golf, I'm telling you, join my I have FF all in, or FFAIO. I use that in that mini golf. It's fun. We do a little courses. It's I mean, I don't want to play with kids. I want to play with people I know, and we can cut up and joke and
I'm actually going to be like, Next Level has been telling me this for months now to get one. And I find, oh man, I haven't told this to Next Level yet. So I put the order in about maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and it says your order's still on its way. And then I clicked on it, and then it says it might be lost.
Yeah, they're in stock. What do you mean still on their way?
I'm like, why am I waiting so long? But I have a couple things like that says it might be lost, and I'm just like, what the freak? So I had a refund, do it again. So I should be getting it this Saturday.
Did you get the 128 gig, right?
128, yeah,
128. Good. You don't need the 256.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Look, hey, my bad boy's sitting right beside me here.
Nice.
I've got it with the fan. I
Hey.
did get the one with the. I've got with the headphones. I love the HTC.
Where did you get that stuff?
Amazon.
Look at him. He's all jealous now.
Look at this. This will help keep your face cool.
Yeah, you
This
get
has got a
so
fan.
hot playing this shit.
Oh yeah, this is an exhaust fan. Great, you got to have it. This headset, head strap, the bomb with the little headphones that sit over your ears. So like I could be sitting right beside Blue, she ain't gonna hear it. It's
Dude, send me those links. Send me those links so
Oh,
I
yeah.
can get all the accessories.
It's enjoyable. It's I can't believe sometimes I've got it on and I'm playing. I'm like, I look like such a nerd. Well, I don't care. 3D movies are okay. People get all excited about 3D movies. I've done them. All right.
The YouTube 360 videos are actually pretty badass.
I can see where that would be. I want to do the other thing I want to do is Roger did the NBA where they has Horizon offers the NBA courtside where you can sit courtside at a live game that's going on right then. I'm going to do that this week. I think there's one this week. I'm going to do that where you sit courtside just to see.
And it's free?
Yeah, completely free. It's through
I just
Horizon.
installed Horizon.
Yeah, it's through their events. I will say the other thing, I can see this technology is going to go. Again, this is new. This is like the Atari. If we think about it, this is the Atari. But the things that it's going to be able to do, I can't see why sports teams don't really jump in big and put that do a premium service where you can be at games and be at that live position like the basketball game
Courtside.
and sell it $500 a season. People would buy it because if you could sit courtside or at the 50-yard line of all the games that you want to watch, I mean, how much is that worth? I mean, anybody that's bought NFL tickets knows that shit, you're going to spend $500 to go to one game if you're going to take some family members. So I can see where it's going to go, but I'm excited about where it's going to go. Of course, it kind of worries me, when you start Ready Player One kind of shit. So
I'm gonna be the one with the treadmill trying to.
Oh god, you watch those people. It's no. I will say, some of the boxing games will work you out. I did.
Beat Saber
Creed.
makes me sweat like hell.
Oh yeah, Beat Saber's hard. Try Creed. Creed. Oh man, it was funny. Creed two fights. I'm done. It was funny. I watched Blue. She's made fun of me one day, because my old man started show after I played.
Like
and I'm like sweating, and she's laughing. She goes, She goes, look at you. So I said, all right, babe. I said, here, put this on. I said, just do it. She's like, whatever. So she puts the headset on, and I set it up. I'm like, this, go ahead. Hey, she didn't even finish the fight, and she took it off, and she's huffing and puffing. She goes, you fought two? I'm like, yeah, I knocked out two of them MFers.
I knocked them out.
And she goes, no. She goes, I see why you. And I said, yeah. And the next day, I'm like, why is my arm hurting? My shoulders? Like, what the heck? I mean, there's good and bad to it. I can see it, but I definitely like the mini golf for just casual. And
do you have to have Facebook for it, or can you use it outside of Facebook?
No, you need Facebook.
Yeah, and there's people that do say they create a fake account, but you can't create a super fake account. You got to have a way to make it to where you can, to make it authorized through Facebook. Because Facebook has rules about just creating fake accounts.
Yes,
but I don't know. I mean, if you're a person that's like, I'm not Facebook, and again, create a account with no information about yourself. You don't have to give your name and all that. You can create a very generic. Use an email that only goes to that. Yeah, and then don't paste nothing to it.
Yeah,
you post nothing, and it's just so that you're able to get on there, and it can have a email address that you don't really use. So I don't know. I think there's ways around it, but people get so.
Real quick before we start finishing, because I know you got to go cook.
Oh yeah.
Anybody out there in the chat? If you do have an Oculus, press the number 1. Kind of curious. It would be cool if we actually started like a Telegram group of just people. You guys are in one?
Yeah,
I created one.
Well, I need to be in it because
I created it. I created for the pirates of. Hey, Just saying, a leopard can't change his spots, but
Yep.
so I try to show people, what we can do and what we're able, because you
Yeah,
can't
add me
post a
in
lot
on
of that
that
stuff.
because I
You can't
definitely
post
want
a lot of that on the official rooms. So I
yeah.
created my own group so we can. Yeah, I got there. Yeah, check out that FF all in one. It's mm,
Yeah, I'm
mm.
gonna be bugging you like crazy. So okay, we're already an hour in
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and just start wrapping it up. So I'm just gonna I'll kick it off. Everybody out there, make sure you guys do leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think with all this TVA stuff. It's crazy with some of the history of like this goes back way back when. So some of the stuff is like, okay, we're about to see where this is going to go,
Yep.
for the future. So make sure you guys, watch each other's backs, help each other out. If you guys see a comment out there that you're like, hey, I know the answer to that, always try to, just help each other out. So appreciate everybody for coming. Dabs, as always, is a pleasure
Oh,
for you
thanks for having
coming
me.
in. Yeah. Anything you got to say, Dabs, before we get out?
I'm sorry I blasted y'all's channel up. You know me.
No, you're good.
But yeah, it's a great time. I'm sad to hear, in a way that about TVA's thing. Sorry that it happened like that, but just keep people safe. I think you're right about that. A lot of times people don't they don't value what knowledge that they have to share that little bit of knowledge, even if you don't have to know everything. But if you know a little bit, share that little bit of knowledge, and that it helps. And that's what this is all about, is about sharing. And people have been doing it for 15 plus years with XBMC. So, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out The Butcher's channel as well. Obviously, it's The Butcher on YouTube. You can also find him on Telegram and everywhere else.
I'm a few places.
Just to add on to what The Butcher's saying there is share, but let's share responsibly, guys. Like, you don't just hold up a big neon green sign and tell everyone that you know how to watch everything under the sun for free. Just share responsibly. Whatever it is, I don't know what you know and what you do, but whatever it is, wherever you guys are listening to this podcast, make sure that you are leaving us a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. Make sure that you come over to the YouTube side on Beyond the Streams and, follow us there. You never know where the conversation is going to go. You never know who we're going to have on. We have other creators that join us for conversations, as well as people from companies that you use or you're potentially going to be using in the future. So make sure you have those notifications turned on, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.